to offer so-called special services, which means sex is part of the bargain.
We were interviewed. We were told the conditions, the 30-drink quota, and 3,000 baht salary. Sometimes the clients touch you. Can you handle that? We have to go through these before we are hired. What I just explained is only the job of a receptionist.
And the government allows it, as if it's not a form of human trafficking, which Norma Ramos says it is.
Every society has always seen murder and robbery, hasn't it? But nowhere has been the approach, well, there's always been murder, there's always been robbery. Let's figure out a way and a place and a part of the city and the terms and conditions under which we will let murder and robbery take place. So, just because you have always had murder and robbery, and perhaps prostitution, doesn't mean that your approach is to make a place for it. You work to end it.
But there's one big reason why that's not happening.
I get used to make 1 million baht a night, every night.
1 million baht. That's more than $30,000 that hotel owner Shuit Kamovizit says he used to make on a good night when he owned a big Bangkok massage parlor himself.
I want to get rich. I want to make a big bag. You know, I want to be like Hugh Hefner, you know, surrounding with the girl and make money. I think it's a dream of a guy all around the world.
For the prostitutes themselves, though, that dream can be a bargain with the devil. But they usually don't see another option, so they continue selling sex, but on what the women in Empower now call their terms, which among other things they claim means safe sex.
These are condoms.
At Can Do, condoms are a bargain the men are supposed to make.
So we started health education, safer sex, using condom. It's good for you and good for me. And no matter who you are, your profession, your education or nationality, you can live happily. And you have to realize that you could be a disease spreader or you could be a disease receiver.
I have always thought about my future, what I will do. I want to get married and have a family. I want to have kids, so that one day I no longer need to be in this risky situation encountering sexual diseases. Being aware of this, I have to take care of myself. I have to make sure that I am protected.
It does not prevent the spread of AIDS. It does not prevent the women from being subjected to abuse. These are all myths, and even the countries.
But even in this organization, Empower, they would say, no, to the contrary. We are now empowered. We can tell the man, this is the bargain you have to make. You have to wear a condom.
Well, we hear that, but we also hear from other survivors who tell us that's actually when the camera stops rolling, that the reality is much different.
But whether or not there really is protection, there is education, largely to enhance what they already do. For one thing, the sex workers who join Empower usually work at night, so by day they learn some of the skills they need to sell sex. For another thing,
last night it was raining.
They learn to actually talk, a bare minimum anyway, with their Western clients, known in Thailand as Farang.
I used to think Farang men are special. They are nice and kind. But now I am smarter because I am able to communicate with them. I know that Farang men are no different from Thai men. Some are bad boys.
Nicolette is a prostitute from Australia, teaching English to these prostitutes in Thailand.
In more learning.
Good, excellent, good,
excellent.
Most women that come here, they've got no English whatsoever. And so try and sort of teach them the basics for working in a bar, the basics for working in karaoke, basics for working in massage, like up and down, hard and soft.
I am in bed now, thinking of you.
People who are able to speak one more language, English, is helping them to take control of themselves and helping them to start about self-protection, that they can say yes, they can say no, they like and dislike.
Before that, I could not speak any English, so I asked my colleague to negotiate for me. Not all of them are nice, you know. Some were sneaky. So I ended up with bad clients. So that's why I went to learn English, just to be smarter.
I talked to the two girls who handle the Empower group. I impressed. What I impressed is they're trying to do something that different thing. They don't say to the girl who work in the sex industry to quit. It's not so easy when the girl they want to make money and return the money to her family. They don't say them to quit. They're teaching them. They try to let the girl who working know how to do it, how to work, how to speak, how to treat herself, or even how to protect herself.
Some say when so many country girls come to the big city and end up just barely scraping together a living, there are benefits for the girls who end up as prostitutes. This is one they'll point to. Empower is actually accredited by the Thai Ministry of Education, the first ever school for sex workers, offering something called non-formal high school level education. It doesn't necessarily pull them out of prostitution, but they treasure it anyway.
This is my high school certificate certifying that I graduated from a non-formal education program. It took me 2 years to get this. I studied very hard to earn this.
Empower opens the world for me. They give me education. I want to be smart. I want to know about health issues, human trafficking, social security benefits. It is like I am earning a PhD.
Norma Ramos cautions, though, these women shouldn't shape all this as a choice.
Women earn less wages than their male counterparts, women not having the same access to educational opportunities, women experiencing sexual assault in childhood. These are the conditions out of which those so-called choices are made. And so we see a lack of choice rather than choice.
But Pim is living proof that free choice or not, financially, prostitution does pay off.
My parents now thank me for what I have done for them. I told them I would take care of them until they die. Not sure now who will die first.
In the village where she grew up, where the best jobs she got, aside from field work or taking care of water buffalo, were working as a maid, then as a driver delivering potato chips, Pim never dreamed she'd make the money she makes today, or that instead of her parents building a house for her, she'd build one for them, for nearly $1 million baht, about $30,000.
This is why I have to struggle to survive. I have to make sure that I have money for tomorrow. That's why I have to work day and night. I need to make sure that I have money in the bank and pocket so that I can slow down. And I know nobody can help me, so I have to depend on myself.
Right now, the Can-Do Experitainment Bar isn't making money, which means many of the girls who feel empowered there, girls like Pim and V, still work in other bars, discos, massage parlors, where they aren't in charge of their own destiny. But they still feel like they have something now that they didn't have before.
I am proud because after I joined Empower, I learned a lot. I learned how to protect myself. I did not know about it before.